Hello everyone, and welcome to my 90-day Fiance official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The final retreats Angela consider frequently runs hot or cold. She's ill-humored, sporadic, dangerous, and potentially going through an emotional meltdown. Multi-day. The final retreat star Angela considers sporadic and crazy, and since she's presently 57, her age might be changing her character. Since she's one of the more experienced 90DF establishment stars, the way that Angela actually blows up like an irate kid's astounding. Distinction might have gone to her head, slowing down her self-improvement. Once in a while amazingly youthful, Angela said on screen that she finds it hard to communicate her thoughts with words. Throughout the long term, she's validated that is. Once, angrily, she tossed a strawberry shortcake at Michael Al-Sami. She hasn't quieted down much from that point forward. At this moment on Multi-Day, the final retreat season 1, Angela's in a decent spot with Michael, yet in light of their tempestuous history, their satisfaction may not stand the test of time. On screen, she just praised her third commemoration with Michael, yet essentially, indeed, even by means of video, Michael had the option to energize his much more seasoned accomplice. Simply seeing Michael makes her Kuta shiver. While nothing bad can really be said about a developed lady having a drive, Angela's particular TMI's simply one more illustration of how she goes for shock esteem. Does she fear progressing in years and attempt to remunerate with wild way of behaving? Or on the other hand, would she say she is simply partaking in her life? Angela's known for foolish lead, and that is a critical sign of an emotional meltdown. On Multi-Day, the final retreat, she played with a hotel specialist while grasping legal documents. She knows she's misbehaving while the cameras roll, and that might incite her to attempt and one-up herself. While that could make sense of specific showmanship, regardless of Multi-Day life partners Michael Al-Sami, some of it very well might be the side effect of maturing. Angela may not understand that an emotional meltdown is driving her way of behaving, also driving her to go excessively far. Self-assessment is an area of weakness for her, and that is the reason she's a particularly fascinating expansion to the Multi-Day, the final retreat cast. The show's about treatment, and the social butterfly Angela likes to carry on instead of peering inside. Angela inclined toward her crazy lady persona sometime in the past. On Multi-Day, the final hotel, she's attempting to change. This endeavor to relax her character may not stick, and it very well might be an indication that she's at present confounded about her personality. An individual who's having an emotional meltdown might discover that their healthy identity's shakier. They're changing because of maturing, and may experience difficulty accommodating who they are currently with who they were before. Does Angie actually need to be the out-of-control lady? Or on the other hand, would she say she is searching for self-awareness that makes her a more quiet individual? The present moment, she's wavering. Conceivable piece of her is really open to change. Notwithstanding, change is difficult, particularly for a reality celeb who could exhaust watchers in the event that she quieted down something over the top. Angela's sufficiently keen to comprehend the reason why individuals are watching. She truly should simply act naturally without harming any other individual. Assuming that she's genuine, yet not getting into actual quarrels, she can climate her emotional meltdown without serious repercussions. It's ridiculous to anticipate a great deal of development from Angela, yet here and there she's underrated. She worked in palliative consideration, at a hospice. That is the sort of work that requires unending sympathy and empathy. Additionally, she's there for her family through various challenges. Since she has various sides to her character, it very well might be difficult for her to adjust her full-grown, and that's only the tip of the iceberg, out there qualities. As she progresses in years, it could get more straightforward. At times, individuals mature out of specific things. That might happen to the Georgia Peach from Hazelhurst. Quite recently, Angela got into a fight with a buddy. They battled in a lodging lift, and Angie appeared to be the attacker. She flies off the handle excessively quick and never stops to think. In her relationship with Michael, she's been forceful as well. Does peevishness lead her to assault? She blows up to things, and Angela's so effortlessly set off. While there are valid justifications why she's been annoyed with Michael, as he's a conceited miscreant, she decided to remain with him. In the event that an individual decides to remain, they ought to attempt to excuse genuinely. Angela holds feelings of resentment, and midlife peevishness might make it significantly harder for her to keep down. She didn't get projected in Multi-Day, the final hotel, since she's a quiet lady. She's there since she's a troublemaker and her marriage is barely surviving. While she appears to cherish Michael, in the event that she's having an emotional meltdown, it very well might be difficult for all her things all balanced out, similar to they were in the last episode. Angela has conversed with advisors on the show, so she's difficult. She and Michael are right now blissful. However, the main problem might be more serious than an emotional meltdown. The hidden issue is that Michael may not be true. Does he truly adore Angela? While he's putting on a decent act during the 90DS side project, a miscreant who has over and over sold out his accomplice may not change. He could claim to be different for individual edition. For unscripted television show star Michael, there are advantages to remaining with Angela. There's cash in it, and clout as well. Without Angela, where might he be? She thought he was a trickster, and those questions might have been something she might stand out to. All things considered, she squandered a long time on Michael. On the off chance that he doesn't really cherish her, it's also inconsequential. Attempting to make things work with Michael might intensify any emotional meltdown side effects she's having, and those endeavors could eventually be vain. A cheerful side project episode doesn't mean long-haul satisfaction. Almost certainly, the issues she's had with Michael will re-emerge, and when they do, her adapting abilities may not be great as they are correct now on Multi-Day, the final retreat. In the tropical district, everything might appear to be reasonable, yet when the cameras quit shooting, life can be altogether different. Michael and Angela are like oil and water, and putting forth them blend requires tremendous attempt, which is probably not going to be worth the effort eventually. A cheerful side project episode doesn't mean long-haul satisfaction. Almost certainly, the issues she's had with Michael will re-emerge, and when they do, her adapting abilities may not be great as they are correct now on Multi-Day, the final retreat. In the tropical district, everything might appear to be reasonable, yet when the cameras quit shooting, life can be altogether different. Michael and Angela are like oil and water, and putting forth them blend requires tremendous attempt, which is probably not going to be worth the effort eventually. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.